Once you've logged into the new website, this is going to be your new home screen. You don't have to make any changes to your username and your password that you're using now. Once we've made the switch over, it will bring you to this new updated screen. So right here, some additional information that we are going to provide back now is on your completed orders. So anything that goes into pending mode, you're going to have a turn time report on any of these reports here. So for instance, on this one here, we have your PCRs. It's letting us know how many orders were placed within this time frame, and it's also going to give you the average turn time. This allows us to see if our vendors are meeting within that SLA time, if your own vendors are meeting within the SLA time, and if they're not, what other options that we can do for you. You can change the date frame here from the top, and then you can go back and then you can hit apply to change that. If you don't want to see the turn time report, you can easily just shut that down with this pin here, and that's just going to take that away. And if you want to bring it back, we can click here to the pin. So now with the FirstClose one, we are actually going to be breaking out your completed and your pending files. So here in this tab, you're going to see all your completed files, and your pending files, you're going to see everything that's still pending in order here. Your action files means that anything that is still waiting on additional information before we're able to process the rest of the order. So for instance, if you're ordering an appraisal that requires an email or a phone number and you did not provide that information, that is going to stay in your action files until you've gone back in there and completed the additional information. Your note files here is going to be anytime you've ever placed a note to FirstClose, a note to the vendor, all this information is going to stay in here. Your flagged files means anytime that you've ever flagged a file here onto the side, those are going to stay into your flagged files here. So let's go back to the main screen here and let's click on an order and just review the order inside some of the different features it has. So here we are going to be able to provide you a photo if it's available from the county for us to pull. You can click on that and you can see a bigger version. Here's the address information that we received when you first submitted the order. Some additional information that we are going to provide now down here below is the year of the build, the beds and bath, the lot size, and the most recent tax and information. Below here you're going to have the file ID, the day it was created, who created it, your loan number, and your loan amount. And below is going to be your borrower's name, as well as your co-borrower. You still have the availability to edit if you need to edit the address here, as well as any of the information down here below. On your left-hand side is going to be your FirstClose report configurations, and you're going to have your a la carte products, which is now labeled individual products. A nice little feature that we have in here now, if you're using a product a lot and you want to save that, you can actually now add this to your favorites by clicking on the little heart, and this is going to be available for you in your favorites. So once you start ordering and you're ordering these, you don't ever have to click on these below. You can just come up here and click from your favorites. On your right hand side is going to be the products that you've actually already submitted and ordered. So we've got here an instant property report and showing it's completed. You've got your actions tabs, which means if anything is still pending, this order has been completed, it's going to let you know what's still pending. And then you have your history tab that lets you know the times that everything was ordered and everything was processed through. So let's go back to your services, and I'm going to look at the FirstClose report configuration here. So if I click here, this is going to be your actual report for the FirstClose configuration. You can see that nothing has changed with the actual report itself. You're still going to get the email sent over from the notification when this is completed. And you have the availability to come in here and download and print right away if you wanted to. With the one screen navigation that we have now, if you wanted to come in here and review to ensure, let's make sure that the address is updated correctly. In the past, you would have to close this screen out to go to the next screen. You can actually pop over to the file information and verify your address without closing out the order and go right back into that. If you wanted to bring this up into another link, if you right click here, you can open the link in the new tab and it's going to bring a new link over for you. So let's go back into the main screen and let's go process an order together. Let's click on the FirstClose button here. That's going to bring you into your main screen. So let's go in and place an order together. So here's our ordering to enter your address here. Once you see it down here below, you can click on the address here and it's going to populate over. Here's our picture that we were able to provide back on the home. Here's the address information that we admitted in the very beginning, and then here's the additional information that we were able to pull back from the county. You'll see the red asterisks here below are the required fields. If you use your own affiliated loan numbers, you can go ahead and enter them here. If not, you can leave it blank and we'll provide one for you. Your loan amount here, your borrower's first name, last name, and the Social Security is required on all of our instant property reports. And now for your co-borrower, if you wanted to add them, you can go ahead and drop down here and add them as well. I'm going to go ahead and place a few orders here. I want to order a flood. And I'm also going to come in here and order an AVM. So once I've got the orders clicked in here, if you look to your right hand side, you're going to see it says not yet processed. We have not hit submit yet. So now that we're ready to go, I come down here to the below to the green button and we're going to hit submit. You're going to see it's going to give you the history as they're running in through right now. And both of these orders have completed. You're still going to get your email notification, but once you click on the I can look at both reports right away. Here's my flood. And if I wanted to go ahead and pull up my valuation, I'm going to pull this up as well. And here's my AVM. I can still flip and go back and forth between all of these. We still have our note system here, so if I need to send a note back to the vendor or to customer support, I'm going to click on the little message box here. I'm going to type my message down here below. And I'm going to send this over to customer support and find my priority. If I needed to find attachment to attach any additional information to send back to the vendor, I would attach that here. And I'm going to hit send. This is going to still show me the date and time that it was placed, who ordered the note, and where it was sent to. You can still come over here to the hand on this side, and if I needed to go back and look at that note at the PDF, I can still come in here and I can review the note if I needed to go back and add any additional information. Let's go back to the home screen. I still have the availability to come in here and search for a file by the loan number, the address, if they're not down here below. A nice little feature that we have now is if I wanted to go ahead and bring this one file here into a different web browser, I can right click and I can open this into a new link. If you come right around here to where there's a little bell, this is going to be a notification if there's ever any unaddressed notes. This is going to be labeled in red. That way you can go in here and review those for you. So we have this graph here. This little icon allows you to go in here and you have access to set up your own users. Once you've clicked on here, you're going to go into Entity Users. Here's everyone that has access to the system. If someone is no longer with the company, you can click on them. You can remove their access, or you can just lock their entity out. Or if they're going to be gone for a while, you can just lock them out as well. If someone is locked out of the system, you no longer have to email FirstClose or contact our customer support team. Someone that still has access to the system can log in, find the person that needs an email reset password. You're going to click on the pencil button here, and this allows you to send them an email reset password. If someone's email has changed or updated their name or last name, you can come in here and you can edit their information and save. If you have a new employee that needs access to the FirstClose system, click on the Add Entity User here, and you have the red asterisks, which are required fields that will allow you to input the information and then save and send them a new email user link. Another feature we have in this icon here is your own reporting system. So you are able to come in here and do your own custom reporting. You're allowed to change the date if you're looking at first quarter. If you want to refer back to last year in 2019, you can change the date frame. You can come in here and do your own custom reporting, and you can generate your own PDF. If you just want to look at turn time report, you can change the date here and you can generate that as well. So you have your access to your own reporting system. To get back to the home screen here, click on FirstClose. And the last and only other feature I want to talk about is you still have your customer support number down here below, as well as our email address if you have any questions.